Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Monday Duel.
Happy Monday.
I'm very excited about today's topic because it seems like it's a very insignificant part of our life, but if we do it well and if we master this skill, it's a very powerful tool. It is life-changing for me. And what are we talking about today, Magda?
Today we are talking about breathing because Saturday, 11th of April, we celebrate International Breathing Day.
You're going to share your world with us again. So what is it you're talking about today?
We're talking about breathing today, of course. Actually, I have an impression that we are pursuing breathing in very different ways. So people have different reactions when I'm talking to them that I work with breathing. So I just want to give you a quick info what breathing and conscious breathing is.
Honestly, when I started the wellness journey, it's really all about eating clean, practicing yoga. It wasn't even aware that breathing is such an important part of the whole journey. We were not really taught how to do it and what are the benefits it will have for us.
Yes, so as I said in the previous episode, we do breathe mechanical. We do not have a conscious breathing everyday life. So even if we stay for a while in this conscious breathing, it gives us more aware of our body. So conscious breathing reduce stress, make you feel more of your emotions, can prepare you to work with breath through your traumas or hard things that happen in your life. Conscious breathing really helps you to be more present and more calm in everyday life and prepare you to work with breath too.
So if people are like me before, not knowing what breathing is, what are the reaction when they tell them you hold sessions and classes about this?
First and most common one is that, can you teach me how to breathe correctly? And I was like,
I'm sure.
no, I can't teach you how to breathe correctly because everybody breathe in a different way. Breath is expression of our emotions, feeling how the condition of our body is. So I cannot teach you how to breathe correctly. There is no correct way of breathing, but that's the most common answer when people ask me, can you teach me
What
how
about
to
the
breathe?
others?
What about the others? So the other common reaction is whenever I teach how to cope with stress or feel more relaxed, more calm about your breath. And here I can say, yes, I can do that. So I conduct some workshops when you can learn how to reduce stress through breathing, how to put your body and your mind into relaxed state of mind, how you can even boost your energy. So not drinking another coffee, but do we said espresso breathing so that you will boost your energy and give it this shot of energy that will last for a longer time than a coffee. So yes, we can use breathe to help in our everyday life as on everyday basis, because as I said, this tool is here with you, right next to you, is for free, and you can just use it to make your life better.
And I know that if you go deep about breathing session, it releases some trauma too.
That's unfortunately the rarest thing that people said. So when I said I work with breath, only a few people said it's more like therapy. And I said, yes, there are individual sessions and even some workshops when we breathe in a specific way and we can release some traumas in our body, some bad emotions, and even work for like future. So see your future, put there a good energy to feel the emotions that you want to feel, how you will feel when you achieve your goals, success, to have an access to that feeling so it will be easier for you to pursue it. And this kind of session you experience in Bali with our colleagues from meditation teacher training when I perform a breathing session for you.
I was so glad that I asked you to perform a breathing session
Me
for us
too,
because
me too.
yeah, it was challenging because it was obviously trauma informed, so as our meditation teacher training. But we all experienced obviously your style of classes and also what a powerful this tool is. And I think it's worth going through it, although it was challenging.
Yeah, I remember when People were crying because they feel the emotions, they feel the relief, they feel some gratitude. It was so powerful, and it was not a long session, but still you feel a lot. And this is how the breath is so powerful.
I didn't really notice that until when you really sit with your conscious breathing, when you really try to calm down and really look into yourself, then all the emotions evoked. And definitely at that, maybe it was 20 minutes, a 30-minute session that you delivered. It
Yeah.
was really a good connection with myself. And I really love that. And before we go deeper into this topic, I think one thing that we can start is how do we breathe to just relax?
Yes, so the most important thing when you start breathing, when you start meditating, is the position you are breathing in. I will quickly describe the position of power. It's when it's easier to breathe and to start the conscious breathing, if easier even to start meditating. So the position is like that. You put both feet on the ground whenever is a floor or a grass, whenever you are breathing. 2 feet on the ground. Then your knees should be in 90-degree angle. So then you will be sitting stable. You will feel much more stable in your position. Keep your back straight. And that's the position when your energy and your breath can go without any stops, because you will feel that you are secure, that you are safe in that position, and you immediately feel the power in that position, that you are able to breathe correctly. I will share with you how you're not supposed to sit, just for you to see the difference. So you are not supposed to sit like this, because then the whole body is the breath have stops there and it's not
It's not
breathing
flowing.
correctly. Yeah, you cannot stay like this, so you are chest open, because you will need so much more air to breathe correctly. So if you just sit straight with your spine, it's perfectly okay. And I know sometimes it's uncomfortable, so you can sit on the chair just to lie your back a little bit, but try to keep your poses straight. In this position, it's much more easier to pursue a conscious breathing. And even if you close your eyes here and just notice how you breathe, so how your breath is today, is it slow or fast? Is it deeper or shallow? Is it like long or is it short with the pauses? Even noticing that will give you more access to your body and to your emotions. It might be a first step to do the meditation. So you will be aware how your emotions are today, how you feel. Because if you have a stressful day, you are in rush, your breath will be fast pace with some pauses there. But if you have like relaxing day on the beach, and you will be breathing slowly, longer, and it affects our mood. So if you want to relax a little bit more, and maybe you can do conscious breathing with meditation, you can start with noticing how your breath is, then starting a little bit of meditating and try to slow down a little bit your breath. If you are too stressful, you want to relax more, even if the evening after the whole day, you can just sit for a while with yourself and try to first see how you feel, because it's important to know what breath is telling us, and then try to slow down your breathing to make you more relaxed.
I was about to ask you whether it is better to do it early in the morning before you leave the house for work or in the evening before you sleep.
It depends on the day. If you have a stressful day, you want to relax, you can do it in your evening. If you want to start a day with more peaceful mind, more peaceful emotions, because you will know it might be a hard day for you, you can start it in the beginning of the day. Even in the middle of the day, if you have something stressful at work, you can just sit with yourself for quickly 3-5 minutes and just relax a little bit. Slow down your breath, feel your emotions. Because we are not used to conscious breathing, even closing your eyes for 3-5 minutes, it will make a huge difference at the end. So as I said, is a tool that you have always on your disposal. It's for free for you. You can find your favorite music to that if you like to listen to music through the meditation or through the breathing, or you can do it in peaceful place. I know sometimes through the day we don't have a peaceful place, so music is a nice tool. Try to pick a gentle one. Some of gentle music I sometimes post on my IG, so you can see there what you can use for meditation, for conscious breathing. Find your way and use it as much as you can. It works in every part of the day, 365 days per year. It's always
I
for you.
After the meditation teacher training, I started doing conscious breathing a lot more than before. And at the beginning, I just tried to notice my breathing at that moment. And of course, if I try to relax, then I will try to take maybe longer inhale and longer exhale just to calm my nerve system as well. And sometimes I do it before eating just to help me with my overall status. But I think really it helps with just calming my nervous system. And it is really important to, like you said, if you have a stressful day, you know that today is going to be chaos, then start your day with a bit of meditation and breathing session would really help.
Yeah, I know.
We
I start every day with the meditation to prepare myself, my emotions, my body, my mind for the whole day. Whatever I have, it's a free day or is a work day, I always start with meditation to prepare myself for everything.
mm,
I know how breathe can change your life. And we forget that we have it here. It's so crazy that we are not breathing like consciously. So if you want to have a quick stop in the car before a meeting, not while driving, after you stop on the parking, in the cafe, before you meeting with a friend, after you meeting with friends, if you are in the bus, in train, in plane, whenever you can do it.
Now, you talked about if we go deeper in the session, it can evoke some deep emotions or even trauma as well. Have you worked with these heavy experiences from the past?
First, before I start, there's one really important point. This way of working with breath, as you said, it will evoke some difficult situations, some good situations too, some traumas. So this way of working with breath needs to be with a person who is certified and trained to do that. Because me as a person who is a breath worker, I already had a lot of session done for myself. So I'm a self-container, a safe space for you or for any other person to breathe their emotions, trauma, and I can be there for that person, support that person, and help that person to go by these events or just to experience a good breathing session. It's really important that you cannot do a deep breathing by yourself because you might need a support. That's why it's really important to do it with someone else. And breath work is a deep work. So we can go to some childhood traumas, things that you are not able to remember because you were too young, but there's still some part of it in your body. You may see through like some visualization or feel something that you never felt before, even if we are looking for some intentions. So you can always light with a breathing session with an intention whenever it's to deal with some things that are not good in your life, so past traumas or some things that affects your everyday life or whatever you wanted to see or pursue some or your goals or to feel how it would be when you achieve that goal. And what is perfect about breath, you will not feel or see anything that you are not prepared for, that you are not ready for. Only things that you are ready for emotionally, physical, mental, there will be in this breathing session. And
Yeah.
this is why this deep breath is really a powerful tool that with gentle tool can give you a really deep change in your life that will last forever.
Well, I can definitely testify for this because during the session with you, I think all of us have evoked some very deep emotions during that session. And I think everybody really cried during that session. And like you said, you need to be prepared when you go into a breathing session because this could happen. But it is challenging, definitely worth doing as well. You mentioned that it has changed your life with breathwork. How did it happen, or how did you even started the breathing work?
Breath workshops changed my life completely. This is why I'm on the spiritual journey right now. Quick story is like that I was in my lawyer's life, as I said, fast life, full stress life, not looking at myself correctly. I was really in a bad state. It wasn't a depression diagnosed, but I wasn't feeling good about myself, and I know it now when I have the tools, to think about my state that time. And I saw people around me, they were really worried. And in that moment of my life, I didn't realize why they are worried. I know it right now for sure. And my parents give me the choice. So they ask me if I want a breathwork workshops for a Christmas gift or I want a other gift. And I was so tired of them telling me I should meditate, I should go to workshops. So I said, okay, let's buy me these workshops. And in my mind, I was so I can go and just tell you it don't works for me. And the first day of these breathing workshops lift me from this really bad state. And I started to feel more calm, more peace. I wasn't feeling bad about myself. The second day lift me up. I was feeling like I'm, flying, not like walking around the earth. I was feeling like I'm, flying, and I have like this peaceful mind. I don't feel stress. I have a new perspective of life. I can breathe conscious, and it's helping me. And I wasn't aware what was happening to me. The next day my parents came back to Warsaw and they see me meditating for 45 minutes, when before that workshops I cannot sit in a meditation for 3 minutes because I feel bored, and I was, changing positions every minute, and I was like, it's waste of time. These weekend workshops changed my life completely, not only in the state of feeling peaceful and starting to feel that I can live differently, but even on my idea to life. Because after these workshops I decide I will not pursue my legal career, and I need to find something else to do in my daily basis, because it's not giving me this vibe of fulfillment, and I don't feel happy about that.
So, Magda, how did you start working with breathing?
As I said, after these workshops, everything's changed. So I try to find my way of my everyday life, how to be more present, how to be more aware of the spiritual world. So I attend almost every workshops that my teacher have in
Wow.
next 1 year and a half. So I spend a lot of time on workshops. Whenever the workshops have more days, not only 1 day workshops, it sometimes have the briefing in pairs. So there are two people, one is just sitting and, just seeing that the person is briefing and giving their attention to them, not doing nothing special, but as a witness of the breath, and the other person is briefing. And in such workshops, there are a teacher and some assistants. So this is the people who work with breath too. So they help teacher to come to every pair, help every person to evoke the emotions, go deeper into the sessions and other stuff. And I wasn't assistant at that time. I wasn't trained. I didn't even feel that I will go to school. But I was starting to hearing from people, I feel safe around you. You already knew what to do, when to touch me, when to grab my hand, when to hug me, when to ask me if I need something. And I was just doing it intuitively. Like, it comes from, I just felt that I supposed to do that. And then I decided that I want to try it. And I was really, that's the only school that I attend that I knew exactly that I will be working with this tool hopefully soon, not only for myself. And I remember I started a lot of preparation before I joined the school, because I've done more than 400 hours in the workshops as a participant. Then I joined the school and I've done 500 hours of school learning how to be with people. And then I've done more than 300 hours of assisting on the workshops. So learning next to the teachers how to be more there for people. And these hours didn't count how much more session, individual one-on-one session that I have attended in last 4 or 5 years. So that's a lot of hours spending on workshops, spending on my journey, how to I deal with my past traumas, my hard situations, my bad things. There's a lot of sessions that show me how I can be better, how I can develop. And this, because I already have, we sometimes said in the word of breathing, I breathe out a lot of for myself, so I
Yeah.
can be a safe space for others, so people can open next to me because they feel that there is a space and somebody that can handle so much emotion, so much trauma, so much happy moments and other stuff. This journey, as I said, was the first journey that I already picked that I would love to work with it on daily basis. And I was really have my fingers crossed that I will be a good suit for that. So I was so happy when I attend workshops as an assistant, or I was learning in the school, and people were saying, yeah, you are doing it great. And I'm happy about that. So I was feeling that, yes, I found my path, and this is why I use breathing on the daily basis. And this is a so powerful tool. And I'm so happy about the journey I've had, because it was a lot of beautiful moments, a lot of hard moments too, a lot of times when I was thinking that I will quit, a lot of times when I was thinking I don't want to do any other brief session again because it evokes strong emotions.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that I go through this journey, and I'm continuing doing this journey because I'm still doing one-on-one session for myself to be there for other people.
To keep the consistency, like
Yeah.
we've always talked
Yeah,
about in other
consistency
episode
is
as
the
well.
key. I can share with that too. The journey never stops. People sometimes say, okay, there's good things in my life happening right now, and they stop this journey. Not even a breathing journey, like the conscious journey of like spiritual world. And I always said, you cannot stop when it's good, because then you will be not prepared when something collapses in your life. It's a journey that you need to keep going and keep that consistency. Whenever tool you use to be better and to develop and to be more present in your everyday life.
So at the beginning of the episode, we talked about 11th of April is International Breath Day. How do we celebrate that?
So on the weekend of the International Breath Day, I will conduct 2 online briefing sessions, one in English and one in Polish. All the dates, times, registration info is already on my IG. So come and join me, and let's spend some time on breathing together on a safe space to learn how to breathe consciously. I'm happy that we can celebrate.
That's good. If you want to learn more about breathing, don't forget to go on Magda's IG and sign up for the class.
Next week, you will be in the lead because we will have a nutrition episode. What will be in it? See, tell us.
Yes, so I'll share more about the relationship between energy and blood sugar. So if you are looking for practical ways to eat for steady energy and grounded prana, and what this means for you for your everyday food choice, come back next Monday.
Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and tell us what you think. And see you next Monday. Bye.
Bye.